Hi, Councilwoman Seaman here, and I'm excited to be back with Chief Molina. You should be a local already.
Yes.
You should have gotten all your feet wet. You've been here a while now, right, at the city?
It's been a great over 4 months already, so it's been wonderful.
Wow.
Yes, it has
Okay, and you've done a fabulous job, and I love that you come to my office and we talk to constituents about keeping themselves safe.
Yes.
And so here we are. Summer's upon
Yes.
us. The weather is heating up,
Yeah.
and people are going out to the lake. They're swimming,
Mm-hmm.
they're in pools, and we've got to talk about water safety,
Absolutely.
swimming safety. So please tell folks out there.
So, swimming accidents happen, and they're the leading cause of even for children to be drowning in pools or in our open waters like lakes and beaches and stuff like that. So it's important for people to know that someone can drown in as little as 10 seconds. That's sort of the
I didn't
average
know
time.
that.
It can happen very, very
That's
quickly.
quick, yeah.
So we want to make sure that when we're out there, when we're either at a pool or we're at an open water location like the lake, we want to make sure that we have a plan. And I think it's important for parents to know is introduce children to water, swimming lessons. You can have swimming lessons at our local pools for young kids. I think as young, starting at 6 years old, which I think is good.
I think they can go in even earlier,
They can
right?
go early, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they have classes from like ages 6 to 10.
Oh, okay.
They got these packages.
Oh, nice.
So parents can take advantage of that. I also think from a prevention standpoint, it's important for parents to know CPR.
Oh.
So our Parks and Recs recommends going to the Red Cross to get CPR lessons, or CPR Connect is another organization where parents can go to get CPR lessons for their children. And if you're going to be using flotation devices, I think you want to have a plan in place to where you can hook them up to things in case you have to pull a child back, in case of the current or the pool current takes them away. So we want to have all those prevention measures in place.
Now, will a life support vest help folks if they are using flotation devices, or like we talked about, there's been accidents
Sure.
out at the lake and tragedy has happened
Yes.
when folks are using floaters in the lake. Would life jackets help
Yeah,
in
so
that
personal
situation?
flotation devices are something I would recommend, not only for children, but even for our pets, right? Sometimes we take our pets with us to go out to the pool, to open water recreation. So we can't forget that they too are also at risk. But personal flotation devices is something that I would encourage people to get for their children as well.
Wonderful. And you brought up a good point about pets, because I was told, when I had a pool, that I should get the life vest for my dogs and a rope and actually kind of put them in the water and show them how to get out.
Yes.
So that if something happened, they would remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a time that the weather's changing.
Absolutely.
We want to have fun. We want to
Mhm.
go out to the lake. We want to, be able to use the pool, but we have to take those precautions.
Absolutely, and it's important also, right, for our pets, we want to make sure we have fresh water, right? Our pools, sometimes there's salt pools, chlorine pools, and if our pets get thirsty, they tend to want to try to drink from the pool.
Oh, that's
So
not
always
good.
make sure we have fresh water for our dogs when they're out there by our pools, especially if the pool isn't fenced off or gated in any way.
Very important to mention that, because if they get thirsty, they'll just drink that
Yes.
chlorine water.
Absolutely.
Well, I really appreciate any other things you want to mention?
No, the
folks
only
out
other
there?
thing I would say is if you do have a saltwater pool, because some people do have saltwater pools and our pets jump in the pool, we want to make sure and wash our pets afterwards, because that salt can really irritate their skin and their fur.
So can the chlorine, right?
That's true too.
So so make sure you wash your pets when they get out of the pool. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Chief
you for
Molina.
having me.
I mean, it's such a pleasure to have you here and talk about safety issues with the folks out there.
Thank you.
So thank you so much
Always
for
happy to be
coming.
here.
We'll talk to you next month.
Bye-bye.